My name is Julie Ward and I'm a British Labour MEP and I'm a proud supporter of New Europeans and all groups who fight for citizens' rights. And I'm very excited because recently in the European Parliament we established a new European Citizens Friendship Group. And we're doing that because our rights as European citizens are truly under threat. And we have to make sure that we stand up for our rights. We're in the 21st century and we should feel more comfortable that our governments, whether they're national governments or it's a transnational government like the European Parliament, we should feel more secure that our governments are standing up for us and progressing our rights. Many of our rights now are in question because of the referendum in my country, in the UK, and we're really concerned that the current government are taking us in a direction whereby citizens' rights would be undermined. And we have to fight for those, but we have to fight for them wherever we are. So those of us in the European Parliament are also making sure that European citizens are at the front of the negotiations, not at the back of the queue, but right there at the front. And when I think about European citizens, I don't just think of people who are moving from country to country, you know, with a nice little nest egg so that they can afford to contribute to society. But I'm really concerned that we're looking after all citizens. And I have to say that that means refugees and migrants too, and the poorest, most vulnerable people in our society. So I would urge you to get involved. It's a friendship group, and that means that we're going to come together across different political groups from different countries, and we're going to stand up for the most important thing about being European, which is being a European citizen.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to thank Julie Ward for taking a lead in bringing the friendship group, the European Citizens Friendship Group, together in the European Parliament. We do have, as citizens, a lot of friends, as you would think, in the European Parliament and members of Parliament, but there's a need to really have a focus on this issue, particularly at this time when so many people feel anxious about what will happen to them and their lives and their families if Britain leaves the European Union. But there are many other issues and many other challenges that European citizens face too. And if I may, I'd also like to thank the many MEPs, colleagues of Julie's from many parties and different member states of the European Union. We have people like Claude Moraes, who is the chair of the Human Rights Group in the Committee in the European Parliament, but also support from Danuta Hübner, the President of the Constitutional Affairs Committee, and Elmar Brok from the European People's Party, Guy Verhofstadt, Sophie in 't Veld, Jean Lamberts, Barbara Spinelli, Gabi Zimmer, all political parties and many member states who are coming together in a spirit of friendship, but also to represent EU citizens in our fight to protect and defend our rights and to help to build a Europe of the citizens for our families and for the future. So this group is very important to build consensus behind giving priority to the rights of EU citizens and to making sure that our voices, not just the voice of New Europeans, but the many, many organisations from the UK and in Europe who are fighting for the rights of EU citizens. Some have emerged after the referendum, some have been fighting for years. We want to bring everybody together in a spirit of unity to defend our rights and to make sure our voice is heard here in the European Parliament, where it really counts, because we have great friends here, we have strong representation, and it will really make a difference. So thank you to Julie, and thank you to all of those MEPs from the different party groups and different member states who are supporting our friendship group. And we look forward to the next meeting on the 20th of February in the European Parliament at 4 p.m, when we will be inviting a number of groups, including Migrant Voice and the Joint Council for the Welfare of Immigrants, and other groups such as the 3 Million Britons in Europe and others who are all working to defend EU citizens' rights, to meet with MEPs to report on the latest in the campaign to defend our rights should Britain leave the European Union.